Hi, I'm Lauren with Pawsitively Pooches. I'm Pooch. I'm Lauren with Pawsitively Pooches. I'm the owner, and this is my dog Sneakers. He's a really good dog, but he's not great with dog walking, which is funny because he's owned by a dog walker. But today we're going to learn how and why the gentle leader works. And this is Miss Nikki.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm the general manager of Pawsitively Pooches, and this is my buddy Salinger. He is one of the dogs that I'm currently pet sitting, and he is on a flexi leash because he is very good at walking and not running away. See?
So we're just going to take a couple of steps with the both of them so you can see how Sneakers pulls a little bit and Salinger doesn't, and why we'd recommend something like a gentle leader for a dog like Sneakers. All right, so here's the gentle leader. Everybody gets confused by the gentle leaders because if you get them, you know, like just off the like out of a basket or something, they look like this. And that doesn't make sense because if you put this on like this, it's just a collar and it's not even a very sturdy collar. So the trick with the gentle leader is to pull, you can see this D-ring here, and then you want to pull the little nose band up and this will go around his nose. So now it kind of looks like a halter that you might use on a horse, or it's not quite, but it's close. And so then we have Mr. Sneakers. Come here. So he puts his nose in like that, and then you just clip it behind his ears, and you want it super snug up right behind his ears because there's actually a calming pressure point there. So especially if you have an anxious dog, and you want to tighten it a little bit. So it should be like one finger you can get in, but you shouldn't really be able to do much more. The other part is that the nose band, right now this is useless because I can pull it right off his nose, and so can he. You can see the slider here. You slide this up, and you can, if you have a dog that has some dog aggression problems or people aggression problems, and you're planning on walking them through like a farmer's market or something, and you don't want to have to worry about them, you can tighten it pretty tight. What you want from this is it shouldn't go over his nose. So it goes right to the end, but it won't go off. And a dog like Sneakers who has a long nose can have a little bit more play. Other dogs might need it a little bit snugger. And if you're worried that like you think maybe you didn't size it right, or you want to make sure that they can't get it off, then you can definitely clip it to his collar and his gentle leader, so that he's got both covered. And that way, like if you did size it wrong, or if he's just like super creative in getting out of things, he's not going to be able to get out of his collar. Sneakers knows though, and he also is pretty good at coming when called, so he just can have it on his gentle leader, and then he can walk like a nice dog. So when you're walking a dog on a gentle leader, it takes a little bit more adjustment for you than it does for them, believe it or not. And Sneakers hasn't had to wear his gentle leader in a little while, so he's being a little bit of a fuss pot. That's okay. That just means I can show you how to deal with it. So when you walk with a dog on a gentle leader, you want to make sure that you have the leash between you and the dog. So like this isn't right, and it'll be annoying as heck for them. And that's why he's thrashing about it. But if you have it in between, then you have a lot more control than you do with a normal collar, and you can walk with him. And Sneakers knows that his gentle leader means he's supposed to be working, so he won't really pull with it. But if he does pull, all I have to do is just the tiniest bit of pressure, and he's pulled all the way around. And the other thing is, about the gentle leader, is that a lot of dogs thrash and complain about them. They paw at their face. Sneakers isn't doing it right now because he's being a good boy. But if they do start to do that with you on a walk, what you want to do is just pull them straight up. And he's being fine. Some dogs will thrash enough that you'll actually pull their whole head off the ground. But they tolerate it pretty well, and then they can't get at their face well when they're in that position, and so they just kind of thrash and then they put their feet down. Once they put their feet down, you can keep walking, and that's kind of their reward for not thrashing at you. And then the other thing to remember with the gentle leader is just patience. It takes a little time to get you and your dog used to it, but once you do, I promise you, it is so much better than a collar if you have a dog that pulls or has any kind of reactivity issues at all. And it's the same concept with the halty, anything like that. It's the same premise, it's just a little different going on. And you can always ask us if you have questions on how to use those.